Life of nature's flow. The attachments one has in his mind are the roots of his thoughts. Thoughts can also be called thought mass, which is the body of images one has in his mind due to the existence of his individual self. These images are what confuse man uselessly. They begin in his thoughts that man has in his mind and then directly manifested in his deeds without even thinking. Deeds are no different from thoughts, but since his thoughts precede his deeds, man falls into utter distress. Humans must live in a humanly manner in order for human to be human. But if man lives a life that is full of turmoil, then he is living a life that is not true. Writings are the representation of the mind, and my writings are my message. But people have yet to understand its meaning due to the images they have in their minds. The countless people in this world each have their own images from which they are unable to escape. Images belong to man. Images are futile. Everyone must recover the Jung and Shin, the true body and mind, know the one truth, and thus wake up from their delusions. The affairs of the universe all follow the flow of nature, but man creates klesha after klesha and performs deeds that stem from his karma. The universe always follows nature's flow. But due to his life, man lives creating habits and karma from which he cannot escape. This is why humans are the most foolish. No matter what, nature alone remains silent. Nature follows its flow without a word, while only humans live creating kleshas. They do so because the self-inflicted turmoil caused by the false deeds and habits that they have acquired from life. Thus, it is none other than man himself who is the champion of creating his own sense of self-image and thus hinders his own salvation. Flora and fauna just live and die by the flow of nature, but man is the only existence that creates images which are what shackles him. It is when man realizes the images is not an image that he will be able to live a true life, that this procession called life will be one which is lived following nature's flow. A life that is of nature's flow is an unhindered life. It is not a life of kleshas, but one that is lived without being lived in. It is a life without falseness, the life of oneness. It is a life absent of attachments. It is non-existent life. Thus, one must live a life that is not about eating well or living well, but one that follows the flow of nature. The flow of nature is universal order. It is the logic of the universe. It is the act of existing as you are without attachments.